Welcome, my dear students and listeners. In this video, we will discuss Anglo-Norman or Middle English period, which spans from 1066 to 1500. First of all, we will talk about the overview of the Anglo-Norman period or Middle English period. The Normans defeated the Anglo-Saxon king and conquered England in 1066. Who are Normans? The Normans, who were the inhabitants of Normandy, France, defeated the Anglo Saxon king at the Battle of Hastings and conquered England. The king's name was Harold Godwinson, also known as Harold II. The Battle of Hastings took place on 14 October 1066. The openly acknowledged the English openly acknowledged a Latin control during the Anglo-Norman or Middle English period. Latin held significant control as the primary language of scholarship, law, literature, and administration, and church as well. And this period is marked by the disappearance of the Old English poetry. The Middle English period is marked by the disappearance of the Old English poetry. During the Middle English period, many Old English grammatical features either became simplified or disappeared altogether. The next one is, as you can see on the screen, the clergy insisted on Latin, while the nobility on French. This was the main feature of the Anglo-Norman or Middle English period. The clergy or the religious class wanted to write and speak Latin language, as it was also the language of Bible, while the nobility or or the upper class people wanted French as their medium because the Normans who had defeated Anglo-Saxons and conquered the England were French. And in other words, French was the language of the victorious. Therefore, French was highly regarded in Middle English period. And the most popular form of literature during this period were romances, miracles, and morality plays. As we had already mentioned in the previous video, that as we go ahead in the history of English literature, it widens. As in our English period, we had studied that the main genre of the Old English period uh, was the poetry, as they had written a great epic named Beowulf. So now, in Anglo-Norman or Middle English period, the most popular form of literature are romances, miracles, and morality plays. Now, we will discuss and define these things one by one. First, we will talk about romance. What is romance? So, romance is a literary genre that focuses on love and relationship of people. Romance may be in prose or verse. And the next one, miracles. Miracle play. Miracle play was associated. with medieval periods or the Anglo-Norman period. Miracle play is a medieval play that shows the life of a saint or martyr. Martyr, a person who dies for a religious cause. And morality plays. What were the morality plays? Morality play was medieval drama in which the character personify moral qualities such as vice or charity, or abstractions such as death or youth. These things were personified by the characters in morality plays. So those plays in which the character personify moral qualities such as vice or charity, this is morality play, or in which abstractions such as death are used. Death or youth. Death, youth, these things, are abstractions. They cannot be seen with eyes and can't be touched with hands. So such things are called abstractions. And in this morality play, moral lessons are taught. So this was the overview of the Anglo-Norman or Middle English period. Now we come to the notable figures and works of the Anglo-Norman or Middle English period. So William Langland and John Gower, these two were the poets of the Anglo-Norman or Middle English period, and they were the contemporaries of Geoffrey Chaucer, the representative of the Anglo-Norman period. So we will talk we will talk about William Langland. William Langland was born in 1332 roundabout and died in 1386. He was an allegorical poet. What is allegory? Allegory is a literary device that represents a deeper meaning than the superficial meaning. These literary genres will be discussed in next videos. And number two is John Gower. So William Langland, as we said before, that he was born in 1332 and died in 1386. He was mainly an allegorical poet. He wrote a well-known poem which name is A Vision of Piers the Plowman. This is his masterpiece. Now we come to John Gower. John Gower was a personal friend of Geoffrey Chaucer. John Gower wrote a famous poem which name was what? As you can see in the brackets, the Confession a Mentis. This was his masterpiece. But the main representative poet of the Anglo-Norman or Middle English period is Geoffrey Chaucer. And now we will explain about Geoffrey Chaucer. Who was Geoffrey Chaucer? Geoffrey Chaucer, born in 1340 and died in 1400, was an English poet, author, and civil servant, but known for the Canterbury Tales. He wrote many other things besides the Canterbury Tales, as you can see on the screen. The Parliament of Paul's, the House of Pam, but the Canterbury Tales is his masterpiece. And what is Canterbury Tale? So the Canterbury Tale is a collection of 24 stories written by Chaucer and about mm, I think I think it was 1387 or 1392 that he wrote this Canterbury Tale, which is a collection of 24 stories. And this Canterbury Tale is Chaucer masterpiece. So this was the Anglo-Norman period, which extends from 1066 to 1500. And you heard the overview and the notable figures and works. So in next video, we will discuss about the Renaissance period. So if you are new in the channel, so please subscribe my channel and see you in next video. Thank you very much.